be the one.
eyebrow.
Welcome to Chump Change, everybody, the post show where we talk all about the truth hidden behind the lies. And I'm once again joined by the cast of Jack, Kai, Gavin, and Cole. Welcome back, everyone, to hear the stories. Jack, you did it. You did it, dude.
I finally did it. It only took a year of and we lost Gavin. It took a year of
You are joking me.
For God's sake, man.
It's been working.
It was on for like 15 minutes between the episodes.
Having so much friendship,
Wow.
and then they were like, "Oh, you're live." They were like, "Whip on that."
I apologize on behalf of Gavin. He's usually more tech savvy. He's new to cameras in general.
For God's freaking sake, welcome to Chump Change. Those who know all about the truth behind the lies. I'm once again joined by Jack, Kai, Gavin, and Cole again. Here we are.
Again.
We did it.
I made it.
We're all here. The gang's all here.
The journey we've been on today. We were made congratulating Jack on his performance for the episode when that happened. And yes, so well done, Jack. Well played.
Thank you.
You've finally done it. And like you said, it took about a year, but you did it. You nailed it.
The curse is broken.
My dad will call me while I'm cooking dinner tonight. He'll talk to me all about it. He'll be very happy.
Your ancestors are proud.
Yes. But one of the things you got right, Jack, during that is that all three of our deceivers were telling lies during the pushing the envelope game. Which means what I can actually do is we got to hear the true story. So I can actually just reshuffle these up and then let's see whose story we get to hear.
Let's see.
Hey, Cole.
Hey.
So apparently one time you slid down a wonder of the world, eh?
Yeah.
What wonder was it? Why did you slide down it? And was there anything rug related in it?
Well, I'm glad you asked. How'd you know?
Yeah,
weird. When I was in what was it, 5th grade, some of our old neighbors had moved to China, and they were like good family friends. And so we were one day we were like, let's go on a vacation. Let's go visit with them. Let's go international, like our first big international trip ever. And so we went, and they kind of showed us around. And like towards the end of the trip, we went to the Great Wall, and it was kind of closer to like the winter months, like late in the year. And so it snowed the day before. And so when we got there, we got on the wall, and it was very slippery, slickery ice everywhere. And so me and my brother and our three friends who had moved there would go up, and like at first it was accidental. We like all climbed up, and then we were climbing up to like one of the guard towers that had like a bigger vantage point to see everything. And one of us slipped and fell and kind of like just slid down a little bit. And they're like, oh my God, that was so much fun. So then we all just started falling down and sliding down. And it felt a little bad because we were like bumping into people, but then they kind of just smiled and laughed and sent their kids up. And so then it was eventually just like 20 kids sliding down the Great Wall of China.
That's how you start a trend. That's literally how you start a trend.
And then afterwards, somebody asked if I wanted to buy a rug. I'm like, no, I'm in 5th grade. Why would I ever want to buy a rug?
It was magic carpet. Why do you take it?
I'm like, what am I going to do with a rug? I'm like, I don't know how old you're supposed to be in 5th grade, as we've seen in the episode.
World.
Yeah.
I could have done.
I love yeah, because like slide down. Kai was Jack before the show. Kai was dreading getting that prompt. Kai was like, I do not want that 7 Wonders prompt. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I actually did have a story.
Yeah.
I came up with something, and it was bad, and it was gonna be bad. I was also gonna use China, and I was gonna be like, yeah, we went to China. I had Heelys at the time, so I just rode my Heelys down the Great Wall of China.
Hey!
That'd be good though. That's good.
Hell yeah!
It's better than sliding on your back while taking a photo.
Fell on my ass.
Is Petra even one of the wonders of the world?
I don't know, right? It's the ancient one. I don't know. It's the ancient. Yeah, you were right. It's the 7 Wonders and 7 Ancient Wonders. So
I think that's where the Transformers were hiding.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark of the Moon.
Yep.
That's what they called. That's what Petra stands for. So okay, so that's that was the actual Seven Wonders slide down. I was wondering if someone was gonna get that prompt that wasn't Cole and was gonna be like, I slid down a pyramid. I was gonna be like, no, don't don't attempt it. Like, they look bumpy. Like you could slide down them from the side, but like when you're really up there, right? It's like jagged,
like fell down.
Really eroded or something.
Could have been a smaller pyramid.
Something like that.
It's also, I believe, illegal to climb the pyramids. I think like I
don't think you can get on them.
Don't get on those. And then so the next envelope I pulled out here was Kai's. So Kai was CEO of a media company when she was a child. So Kai, what was the company? How did it start? What can you tell us about it?
So the company was called TV Station. And it was my one day of being a huge media mogul. Clearly, I was meant to be this, though. So I was on a field trip for 5th grade, and we were learning about economics. So the field trip was that we were going to this fake makeshift town that had a whole bunch of companies in it, and we all had a different role. And throughout the field trip, throughout the day, the goal was just to, like handle checks, buy what you need. You could buy stocks if you wanted. And I was lucky enough to get the role of CEO of the television network of J.A. Biztown. So I was CEO of a whole bunch of my other students, and our job was to make sure that the TV station paid off their loans by the end of the day. And we could only do that by creating content. So it was my first step into like, I'm a content creator, but at what cost?
I know my autobiography right there.
Yeah.
Content creator, but at what cost?
What cost?
God damn.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was the one I was terrified of getting.
And you got it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I read that one. I was like,
Yeah, that's one of the ones I said to Gavin before the show, Jack, when we were, right before you got there, I said to Gavin, like, I'm just letting you know, Gavin, if you get this lie, you're screwed. There's no way Jack's going to believe for a second you were the CEO of a media company when you were young.
I've known Jack for like 14 years at this point. It's not going to fly.
No, not that guy.
I wonder, you did it. You really went for it. But I think even Gavin was like, I think Jack knows where I've been. Just because
I do that. I do that at Landmarks. I absolutely would do that had I been to Petra. But haven't ever been.
Gavin would have been the most believable one out of the three, but something's wrong.
Something about the slide down his ass. I was excited. I was like, "Ooh, Petra! Didn't expect that one."
Like the thrown in there is like the easy outs would be Great Wall or pyramids.
Yeah. No, it started out so strong, and then he said "on my back," and I was like, we're losing control. We're losing control.
Yeah, when you said like your thing was sliding down because you just leaned up against it and slid, it's like, no, that's not. I would not. That's not enough of a significance to be like, oh yeah, I slid down. It's like, no.
He did such a non-answer to it too, because Jack went like, "How did you slide down Petra?" Like this very straightforward question. How did you slide down Petra? And Gav went, "I used to take these pictures really close up. So I'd be somewhere cool and you couldn't see where it was." And Jack was like, all right.
When's the sliding coming?
Yeah, but it took another question to get to you.
Yeah. Thankfully I tripped up Kai, and that's what got me, because that kind of like set a series of dominoes. And once I got Kai with the tie question, I was like, okay, so I knew she wasn't telling the truth there. So I'm like, all right, let me start piecing these other ones together. So
that will help a lot.
Yeah.
Which the president story. So it was not about Kai. It was about Gavin. So Gavin, which president? What was the occasion?
It was Donald Trump, 2012 at the premiere of Men in Black 3. At the time, he was not yet president. I only knew him as the American billionaire liar guy. And he got out of a limo. We were like red carpeting in, and I was there with Bernie, and we're just like a bunch of no ones who just got to have tickets. But then the actual celebrities come in, so you have to make way. Yeah, and he just came out of this limo and brushed past me, and I was like, oh, I'm stood in the wrong place because like Donald Trump's right where I'm stood. I shouldn't be stood there. He like brushed my arm, and there was like a bunch of women with him, and I was like, oh, I just touched a billionaire. Weird.
If you could go back in time, you could have tripped him.
Yeah, you could have prevented so. You could have prevented so. Only you could prevent wildfires. Yeah, you could have prevented.
What if he tripped in his ear? I was like, "Whoa! Even I can fall."
Guys, I failed all of us that day.
Oh man. Yeah, so because honestly, I didn't ask you anything about this. I didn't know who it was or what the story was going into this. And
yeah,
I mean,
I wish I had met a different one.
I get that.
But
hey, like John F. Kennedy.
like John JFK,
that would be awkward.
JFK.
Kai dared me to make my lie if I got it that I touched John F. Kennedy's bones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cole said if he got that prompt, he was going to claim that he touched JFK's bones.
And I said if I got that prompt, I wasn't gonna mess up my life.
no way.
That's awesome.
But yeah, Kai. So when you told that lie in that story, was any of that based in fact?
A lot of it was based in truth. So my school Hofstra did host the last 3 debates back to back besides 2020, and I was a volunteer for those debates. But I was the volunteer for the Hillary Clinton Donald Trump debate, and I was just like, I don't want to say I touched Donald Trump, so I purposely moved it back a little bit.
Yeah. In fairness, Gav, it sounds like Donald Trump touched you, not the other way around. You know, he walked in.
Yeah, he was in a hurry. He was like, I really want to see Men in Black 3. Get me in there.
Oh, I remember. One of my during the show, I looked at chat after this, and someone goes, "Yeah, this checks out. Obama does handshake people."
Nailed it. Oh, you broke
Why do I
Jeremy.
feel like they're referencing that SNL skit where it was Keenan and Kel just be like, I'm like, that's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
It checks out. Man. Got it, guys.
He does handshake.
People do that in the audience. They like take control. They're like, audience, listen to me. I always see it in the chat every now and again. Someone's like, guys, here's why it's this, and just hear me out. And they're always wrong. I'm
the number one biggest Obama fan there is, and I know for a fact. That guy handshakes. That guy shakes.
Man shakes hands. Yeah, once again, Jack Patillo, a great performance today. You nailed it. You crushed it. You got as many points as you could get, which is an excellent performance. But yes, to our deceivers, I did think they were fantastic lies, and I think the episode was a beautiful train wreck.
Was I correct about the teacher thing? Were those all true stories?
No.
Oh, it's a good question.
Mine was.
No, I was completely made up.
Okay.
I was a good teacher in school.
To be fair, I don't remember anything Kai said because Gavin lost his camera again. That's the funniest thing.
Kai was the English teacher who was being mean.
I did have an English teacher who was mean, but she was mean and was mean. She would have laughed at us if we tried to drag her. She'd be like,
right.
You just slipped to the
start a coup d'etat.
Like, you quit.
Get out.
You retire.
Exactly.
But thank you again, Jack, Kai, Gavin, and Cole for joining for this episode of Chump Change. Thank you, everyone watching, for being first members. You really do support us, and we appreciate you coming and watching this content. And yes, there will be more Chump on Wednesday, 4 p.m. Central Time, RTTV, so you can play and vote along yourself with a whole new cast of characters. We'll see you then. And in the meantime, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.